Hi everyone and welcome to our webinar. Let me introduce myself and say a few words about our company. I'm Natalie, a product manager of the table filter and charts for Confluence app at Steelsoft. Steelsoft is a platinum marketplace partner. We've been working with an Atlassian ecosystem for over 12 years. In these years, we have developed more than 20 apps available on the marketplace. Our most popular apps are table filter and charts for Confluence and awesome graphs for Bitbucket. Now let's get back to the topic of our webinar. I myself am always interested in new practices that can broaden my horizons and perfect the process of managing a team and a project. But often you get stuck with general recommendations without any understanding how to successfully bring them to life. Which is why it's always interesting to peek into somebody else's workspace and get some ideas that actually work for other teams. So what is the base of successful project management? There are three aspects that I want to highlight: communication, project planning and task setting, and further analysis and retrospective. Today we'll go over all of these spheres and have a look at some practical solutions. We'll mostly focus on the project management software from Atlassian, such as Confluence and Jira. As project managers, you're probably already familiar with these two tools. But no worries, we are not here to just give an overview of them. We want to actually inspire you and show some handy and convenient ideas fit for any project management approach. Let's discuss team communication in the first chapter of our webinar. In fact, it's difficult to overestimate the importance of team communication. Well-structured processes contribute significantly to the success of a project. Regular meetings help to be on the same page, synchronize, quickly solve problems, find bottlenecks. Unfortunately, there are no one-size-fits-all solutions. You can choose what is best for your team: daily meetings, weekly meetings, on-demand calls. And we live in the era of remote work from home. Over the past 3 years, approaches to communication have significantly changed. And we also have changed with them. A variety of applications help us keep in touch. Messengers such as Slack, Microsoft Teams, video call apps such as Zoom, GoToMeet, Microsoft Teams again, and so on. And to keep the history of our meetings and not to lose sight of anything, you can use any knowledge-based tools such as Google Docs, Notion, Confluence, etc. And we use Confluence and have built our own specific workflow in it. You can always start with a simple building Confluence template, create a new page in one click. Then you can enhance the report by adding new capabilities with the native Confluence page properties report or advanced third-party macros and apps. So here on this page, you can see a page with all the meeting notes that we can quickly add new entries to, and we can quickly jump to the specific meeting notes to see all the details. Here is our adding button. We see here the predefined page properties macro that contains the details that we will see further on our master page, and here we can add more details about each meeting. And we can see here exactly what meetings we had, the dates of these meetings, all the participants, and action items that we need to complete before the next meeting or due to some specific date. Okay, let's move on. The second large chapter of our webinar is dedicated to planning, starting from structuring of the project data at the beginning and ending with tracking task statuses. Planning is the foundation of the project. At this stage, we plan project goals, objectives, and scope, and developing strategies to achieve all of them. The success of a project largely depends on how properly the planning phase is executed. A well-planned project is more likely to stay within budget and deliver the expected results. And thousands of companies all over the world across various industries use Jira for tracking projects, sprints, tasks. Some of the key advantages of Jira are as follows. So, of course, the first one is the customizable workflows. You can create custom workflows that match all their specific project needs. This flexibility enables teams to adapt to different project requirements and collaborate more effectively. Jira provides real-time reporting and tracking of project progress. And Jira integrates seamlessly with other tools such as Confluence and Bitbucket and others. And of course, Jira supports agile project management methodology, which is widely used in all the teams, I think, all over the world. And together with the marketplace applications, you can easily fit Jira to your specific needs. In our project, you can see task with different fields. You can add your own custom fields. You can edit your status flows. You can add different estimation types such as story points or logging time for completing this task, and so in this task you can collaborate, you can comment and add all the details and link it with Confluence. It works perfectly, but when we need to collect information about the project from different aspects, draw up the goals and objectives, Confluence is even a better tool for these purposes. Why? Because first of all, Confluence is primarily designed for collaboration and knowledge sharing. It provides a platform for teams to create, organize, and share documents, ideas, and other project-related information. Jira, on the other hand, is more focused on issue tracking and project management. Confluence, together with its native tools and macros and with the help of other third-party macros and apps, provides better content management capabilities than Jira. It allows users to organize and categorize content using labels, spaces, page trees, and it's easier to navigate in Confluence, especially if you have complex projects with many different data. In fact, these two tools can be used together to complement each other's strengths, of course. Confluence can be integrated with Jira to provide a more comprehensive project management solution that combines collaboration, content management, and issue tracking. And here you can see a dashboard, a small dashboard for our project. So here you can see our goal tracking and metrics for this project. We can specify objectives. We can add the Jira issues macro, a native Confluence macro, to display our backlog, our prioritized backlog. And we can add any data that we consider as important and relevant for this project. And we can share this information with as with our team, as well with our management and coworkers, and so on. Here is an example of a project description, and this project description further goes to the whole project portfolio, and we can keep track of what's going on in all our projects at once. So here we have all the relevant data about our project. We have action items. We have the scope of requirements for this project. We can create a timeline. This is a native Confluence tool for building Gantt charts, but you can also use advanced tools or third-party apps. And here you can also add some tasks from Jira dedicated to this project. Okay, and another thing you can use Confluence for is building dashboards. It's a convenient way to gather the information neatly, have the overview of the whole project or project portfolio, and balance the workload. Dashboards also look great for presentation purposes. To organize the data precisely the way you need, use page sections. This way you can have relevant blocks of information side by side and generally create a structure that represents your project well enough. While filling sections, you can use a variety of tools and macros. Pull out the list of tasks from Jira using Jira macro. This can be the base of your dashboard, and fill in some of the sections with your long-term goals and more short-term tasks and ideas. And here we have the project portfolio statistics page. We have an overview of all the projects that we have in our portfolio. We have their types. We can quickly see the status of the projects. We can filter this table to create the view that we are interested in. Here we have the pivot table of all the projects distributed by quarters of due dates, and we can see the active workload of our project managers. And we can as well visualize our statistics with the help of different charts and graphs. Here you see the visualized pivot table, and here is our distribution of projects by statuses. So we can see how many projects are in progress, how many projects are planned, and so on. For these purposes, we see the macros included in the table filter and charts for Confluence app. So the page properties report is our base, and then we reuse this table multiple times to build different charts and aggregate data in pivot tables. So here we filter our source table, and here we build two charts based on this data. This chart is based on the pivot table that collects data and grouped it by date range and by drivers, and then we visualize this. Okay, let's move on. And our third chapter is dedicated to the retrospectives and analysis. And no matter which approach you use, looking back and analyzing the completed work is an essential part of project management. Regular retrospectives can give you time and space to reflect on your achievements, celebrate success, and analyze mistakes. It can bring a team together, allow to deliberate upon the course of improvements. Retrospective encourages participation, sharing of interests and views, taking the team towards an amicable solution. And I'd like to show you two ways you can approach the retrospective practice. The first one would be sprint retrospective. It covers a shorter period of time, but done on a regular basis allows to improve the quality of work without adding extra pressure on teammates. Alternatively, you can have retrospective of a longer period of time. This can be done quarterly, biannually, or annually. Up to you. Okay, let's start with the sprint retrospective. If you plan to hold retrospectives in Confluence, you can start by using some of the native tools and power them up with macros provided by third-party apps. First, let's create a table to fill with simple facts about the past sprint. Here you can include a link to a task or tasks in Jira. The Jira macro will pull the data to Confluence and show a brief description of each task. We will also include such data as overall time estimate and actual time for code writing, review, and making adjustments. And if you have any other indicators in mind that you can want to track, you can add more lines and columns to your table. Next, let your team share their point of view of the sprint. You want to know what they think they did well, what they considered a failure, and what they would like to do differently. Then you can sum it up and come up with a list of action items that you might want to implement in the upcoming sprint. If you look back on your sprints regularly, you can then make an overall review on the processes in your team. Use Page Properties Report macro to create a table with relevant data about each of the sprints. This way, you can use the global picture and discover repeated issues. The next example is an annual retrospective example. Here we have an annual retrospective a product team might have. The first thing you can see here is a visualization of the whole year. To make it, you can use a roadmap planner macro. It consists of product-related and team-related events. You can add as many bars as you need and fill them with relevant information. Apart from that, we created a table with 3 sections. Each team member can reflect on their work and suggest things to start doing, stop doing, or keep doing. And next, after a brief discussion, a team can make a cooperative decision to implement some of these items or actually stop doing certain things that feel counterproductive to most of the members. Okay, that is it, and I showed you all the examples, and of course Confluence and Jira are 2 of the most popular tools used for project management. Their integration allows teams to collaborate effectively and manage projects efficiently. I hope that the best practices that I shared with you today will inspire you to reuse this experience in your own projects. I'm happy to answer all your questions. You can contact me or ask them at the Q&A session. Thank you for watching.